Hey there guys, this is James from the Sci-Fi Gamer team. Today I'm just going to be bringing you some Forge basics. All we're going to be doing is placing and rotating just a bunch of 8x8 blocks, nice and simple. First thing you need to do is jump into Forge on your own. Make sure you get used to these controls. Got B to go up, A to go down, thumbsticks to look around as normal. That's about all you need to know. Once you've done that, press Y, go to Primitives, Detailed, 8, 8. Pick the block 8x8x8. If you hold the left trigger, you can move this around. Now, what I must stress is the fastest way to learn this. You can watch videos, but if you truly want to pick it up, go and just look through all the context menus on the left. Hold the triggers, see what happens when you do different things. It's very slow going, took me about 8 hours to get used to this new Forge. But once you do, it's very worth it. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly lower this to height of the map. Put it back in phased. That's a left trigger, that will allow us to move it around. You'll notice in the top left, the move axis is object. If I was to tap down on the D-pad while still holding the left trigger, it moves to world. And the block moves around a lot more freely. This is something that bothered me a lot when I first started forging, so it's worth pointing out. Now, if we go to hold the right D-pad while looking at the block, we'll duplicate the item. We can move over here. Hold the right trigger. If we look up at the top left again, we've got snap set to 45. Now, left and right on the D-pad, we'll cycle this. We keep on 45 for now though. Get level with the block, just so we can make sure we've got the horizontal axes. See that, the red line? And we simply just move it to the left or right. You see it's now mirroring the one at the back. Okay, what we need to do to get this middle rotation is if you look, when I select this and get the axes up, there's nothing to rotate it sideways or up the way it is. Even if I hold the left trigger down for the other rotational axes, there's only one for each face. So what we need to do, if we select this one first, this will be the parent block in the group we're going to create. We select this one, hold up to group the items, and we'll duplicate, just like before. Now you'll notice when I pull the right trigger, the rotational axis is on the parent block and not the secondary. I simply just rotate that, and now that's up at an angle, just like the one in the background. So you can ungroup by holding up on the D-pad again, delete left on the D-pad, and now we've got this. Let's move the move axis to world, because if we have the move axis to object, you'll notice it's just going into diagonals, which is really irritating. Okay, if we hold move up on the D-pad, we can magnetize the bottom corner. You'll notice the magnets are roughly where you're looking. So if you're having trouble, look at the corner you want to magnetize, get it down to level. Right, move axis to world still. I'm going to move this out just so the edges are touching. If you need to slow down a bit when you're moving in close quarters like this, push your left thumbstick in. That will set your speed to precision mode. So if I give you a quick example, this is how fast I move in precision mode. That's how fast I move normally, which feels very sluggish when you're moving across large areas. But up close, precision is needed. Speed back here. Alright, we'll move this back to object. We need to ungroup these blocks up on the D-pad once again. We'll just shift this over next to this. Now, it's a very boring shape that I'm creating here, but it gets the principles across very nicely. See that? Parent block rotation actually has a nifty use, which is, let's use natural blocks. So you're placing some terrain maybe, and you want to get some hills in, yeah? Nice and easy. But when you're coming to rotate this around to the side, you notice it's going up in the air. So if we were to group these, starting with the horizontal one, we can keep the slope perfectly and just rotate it around to make a nice bowl shape. Obviously this is very rushed and more pieces you use to break it up. the more time you put in, the better your results are going to be. You'll notice I'm using a lower rotational snap just to fill in the areas in between the main rotations. So ultimately a more smooth surface. It's been about 5 minutes, so that's all I'll show you for today. If there's any tools you want to see used to help in particular, or any parts of Forge you're struggling with, if you leave it in the comments below, and we'll get another video out. If you want to see a more structured video, comment with that. I'll write a script up next time, because this is all to help you guys. I'm not the best forger in the world, but I get the basics, and I've got a lot of tips and tricks to throw your way if you need it. Alright, it's been James from the Sci-Fi Gamer team. I see.
It's insanely awesome. So let's get right into the show. The three tabs that are going to be showcased include the television menu tab and fuel station. If you watched the first ever Forge construction episode, you may recognize this tree tab. This tree tab was made by a good friend, aka Reese, and it's awesome.